So, be honest. It's another classic, eh?
It's a little old-fashioned, don't you think?
Oh, nonsense! Everything's brand new! They haven't made most of these rides since the 80s for, some reason.
The reason is that nobody wants to ride them anymore. But it's okay. I think we just need a little help.
Oh, yes. Very impressive. Oh, the engineering is going to cost an arm and a leg. You remind me of the visioneer I used to be. This roller coaster, I can feel the magic of it already.
Vertical drops with enough G's to make you giddy? Thrilling bursts of speed? Is this even possible?
Does it matter?
Impossification!
Our success depends on your creativity, my friend.
What's going on, everyone, and welcome to something a little bit different for the channel. This is Park Beyond, and this is a new theme park simulator game that was announced during Gamescom a couple days ago. So what you just watched and are watching now is the official announcement trailer. Now, this isn't gameplay footage. This is just a rendered trailer that they've put together, but it is game engine footage. And this game is being developed on the Unreal Engine, so that's what you're watching here. And essentially, it is, just like I said, a little park simulation game or theme park simulation game, and it really kind of caught my interest. One, because I love theme park simulators. I am a longtime Planet Coaster fan, although I know you'll maybe not know because I didn't really cover it on the channel. I played a lot before I actually started content creation, and I absolutely enjoyed it. So I'm really actually excited to see a new game come to that genre, mostly, honestly, just so we have some variety. Planet Coaster has kind of dominated that theme park simulation game for quite a while, and of course nobody can argue Planet Coaster is a fantastic game, but I'm excited to see something new come to that genre. And by new, I mean what you're kind of watching here is this has a huge fantasy element to it. So you'll see that a lot of these rides, although they, mention in the trailer or kind of hint to it that physics do play a role, they don't play that large of a role because coasters are flying through the air, octopuses are throwing little cars up in the air, all that kind of stuff that's not really possible in real life is possible in this park, and that actually kind of interests me. And I know that is going to probably be the thing that either deters or attracts people to this game, but to be honest, from what I've seen, I think you might be able to just leave those parts out if you don't want to play the fantasy route. And you'll see what I mean. We're going to get into another little clip here in just a minute where we actually get to see some in-game building. They released a little video on the coaster building mechanics of the game to give you a little bit more of an idea. And it seems like if you want to leave some of those fantasy aspects out, you can. So I'm going to go ahead and let the next clip play with its audio and everything in it, because one of the devs is actually talking through the video and kind of explaining what they're doing. So I'm going to let that play. Then we're going to come back right afterwards, and I have lots to talk about as far as modular building and how I think all of that is going to work. So let's watch that, and I'll be right back.
Hello and welcome to Park Beyond's roller coaster editor video. In this video, we would like to showcase you some of the opportunities with the roller coaster editor in our game. It's our ambition to create an easy-to-use and playful editor. We would like to enable players to quickly build the coasters of their dreams. We give you lots of opportunities. You drag and drop your coaster tracks, you adjust the heights, you increase the speed, you add loopings, and on top of this, you have a ton of choices to even add what we call the impossification modules, like for instance the cannon module here. Make sure as well to make good use of the environment. Build your coaster all around your park, utilize shops and buildings and attractions, and even place maybe some flying ramps where your coaster carts will fly over certain distances. At the end, it's always important when you end your track to connect it to the start and landing platform, and once done, your coaster is ready to ride. Here we see the first-person view of a coaster ride. The coaster we just created features a couple of our modules, and you can experience this both in first person as well with some cinematic shots. Now we are flying through the cannon module we just placed, and as you can tell, momentum, speed, physics play quite a role in our coaster building, so always make sure you have the right speed, but not too much, to make it to the end of the track. We are pretty excited what players will come up with in terms of coaster building. We provide tons of opportunities, modules and options to tweak, and we are really looking forward to our community to create amazing coasters, and we can't wait to ride those within Park Beyond. Thanks for watching.
So as you can see, it looks a lot like the coaster mechanics that we are used to, our coaster building mechanics that we are already used to, but if you look along the tracks, at the tracks that are already built, you see these little gray circles, and these spots is what I'm assuming you can use to smooth out track, kind of edit in between two spots, and kind of go back and really refine your coaster, which is pretty exciting because as any coaster builder needs, you need to be able to make sure turns are smooth and that banking is correct and all that kind of stuff. So excited to see that. He's clearly putting down a very quick coaster here and just kind of showing you that you can go in between objects, up and down, and all the different possibilities that you can. They mentioned in this clip the impossification elements, and that's what's going to be the things like the cannon that shoots you, or the little ramp that you like leave the tracks and jump over. Now that's where I said before, I think if you want to leave these out, you can, because as you can see here, it's added specifically into the middle of the track as its own element. So I only imagine that if you don't want to put that in, you don't have to. And now we're getting to what is actually the favorite part of this little clip. It just passed there, and that is that track goes right in the middle of that already built building. And why that's so exciting, especially for somebody like me, is that it seems like there's not a huge hitbox around the track, or there's not these massive collision barriers when you're building the track. So it looks like you'll be able to build the track wherever you want, and that's exciting because it means you can get all those scenery pieces, all the themed items up nice and close to the track. So it just opens the door for much more customization if you want it to. Speaking of the buildings, I'm very excited because it was confirmed on Twitter that the modular buildings are going to be customizable like that. Now, I don't know quite if it's exactly as piece by piece building as something like Planet Coaster or Planet Zoo is, but they did say there are going to be various themed pieces that are going to be able to be mismatched with one another. Now, looking from this video, it really does honestly look like it might be piece by piece, because there's a lot of little images. If you slow this down or pause it, you can see in the buildings in the background that things aren't quite uniform. It definitely looks like some things were placed down by hand, especially like the pathing and stuff like that. That looks like a normal theme park simulator pathing where you kind of just freehand it. So something like, Jurassic World Evolution, Planet Zoo, and Planet Coaster all have those same kind of pathing mechanics where you just kind of can freehand it, or maybe it has some angle snaps to it. So that is also very exciting for me because I do love the customization that comes with being able to put down piece by piece what you do and don't want. So that is pretty exciting. Also, last thing I did want to touch on, looking at the terrain, the foliage around, I do really like the art style of this game. I don't think every single game needs to have like up the highest top quality realistic graphics to be considered a good game, and I actually really like the kind of cartoony style that this one has. Now this is just like maybe even pre-alpha or alpha footage, I forget what it said. So it is very early stages still, so they might still have some stuff that they're working on and going to improve on, but overall I think it's a really good step. I think it is a fantastic start to a little game, and I'm very excited to keep my eye on it. So if you enjoyed and are interested in keeping up with this game, I will definitely be covering more of it on the channel, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss anything. Leave a like on this video if you did enjoy. I really enjoy making these little videos. We got slammed with information from Gamescom, so I've basically been home all day trying to keep up with it all. So hopefully you guys do enjoy. Let me know if there's anything you noticed that I missed, and if you're excited for this game or not. What do you think? Does the fantasy part bother you? Does the lack of realism or maybe the emphasis on not so realistic coasters bother you? Let me know. Let's chat about it. So until next time, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk at you in the next video. Bye!